Welcome back to another edition of Whiskey and What's Up Wednesday. We missed last week. It was spring break. Had some family and friends time, but we're back on the wagon this week. We're checking out Old Forester 1897 bottle and bond. The reason it's 1897, the name is because actually in 1897, the United States it was designated that year that bottle and bond would become a thing to kind of ensure quality and transparency in the whiskey world. Now, another fun fact, bottled and bond needs to be at 100 proof exactly. Cannot be no higher, no less. So that's a little bit about bottled and bond. If you see it out there, it is always 100 proof. Just bought this bottle today. It's about $50. If you can find it for $50 or less, it's a great deal. But Old Forester in general has a ton of great bottles, so I figured why not try this one? Let's give it a taste. Fantastic color. Smell, you get some vanilla notes. It's got a little bit of a burn, not a ton of flavor, based off what they kind of described it as, some chocolate and caramel and coffee, but I'm not getting a ton of that. Overall, it's a great tasting whiskey, but there's not a ton of flavor behind it. I'm going to give it a 7.4 on this one. We're back to that point scale, so I'm going to give this one a 7.4. It's a good whiskey. It's a good priced whiskey, but it doesn't have a ton of flavor to it like I usually like to kind of look for in my whiskeys. A couple things. 2025, what are we seeing so far? 32% of buyers right now are all cash buyers. Now, that doesn't mean that's an investor. All cash buyers can be somebody that sat on a ton of equity over time and using that equity to buy their next home all cash. Next thing that we're really liking to see, first-time homebuyers are 31% of the market right now. That's huge. It's up 3%, and it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but we're starting to see first-time homebuyers, over the last couple of years, seeing those interest rates freak out and things like that. Maybe they stash some money away. Maybe they're tired of living with mom and dad. We're starting to see the first-time homebuyers kind of pick up at 31%. It's great news for the housing world. It's great news for those selling. It's also great news for those people that are starting to be able to use their money to invest in their homes or their first home and things like that. Top week to sell. If you didn't see my video this last week, the top week of the entire year to sell your home this year is going to be April 13th to April 19th. That's the most amount of buyers out there that are going to be on the market. If you're thinking about selling, you might want to think about speeding up that process, because what they're saying is a home sold during that week is going quicker, but also an average of $4,800 more than we're seeing in other weeks throughout the year. So keep that date in mind. That's just something I wanted to put out there. And the last thing I have for you, I'm going to put out a video next week. Top 10 return on investment projects for your home. We're not worried about buying and selling. We're worried about getting return on investment projects for your home. Number one, it's going to be garage door replacement. So pop back in next week. Take a look next week. Be on the lookout for my video. We're going to go over the other 9. As for this week, we got Old Forester bottle and bond. I'm going to enjoy my glass, sit on my patio, enjoy this weather. Have a great week.